Hello, my friends. Today we will discuss extraneous tissue. My name is Samih Mikhail and I am a pathology resident. This is the Pathway channel. Please like and subscribe to receive more videos. What is extraneous tissue? Extraneous tissue consists of fragments of tissue that are present on a slide but are derived from a different specimen. We call them floaters. And how to prevent the extraneous tissue or these floaters from being found. First, all dissecting tools, forceps, scissors, scalpel, should be kept in a jar of water between use. Do not use or do not reuse scalpel blades. Number two, the dissection area must be kept clean. After cutting, all soiled material should be removed. Number three, small fragments and friable specimens should be wrapped in paper or placed in a bag. Number four, during embedding, tools and equipment must be cleaned between cases. 5. Solutions in tissue processors should be changed routinely. Number 6. Water baths used when making glass slides should be kept free of extraneous tissue between specimens. So, all efforts must be made to ensure that tissues always correspond to the correct patient. So we should do this by always match number of the cassette with the number of the specimen container and the specimen requisition form. And with the advanced technology and the softwares present in labs, you should scan this with the barcode, which should not accept if it's not matching. Number two, provide an accurate gross description of the tissue in each cassette, number of fragments, color if relevant. So if the pathologist will find or suspect extraneous tissue on a slide, he will get back to this gross description to make sure that this fragment was present or was not present in the cassette. Number three, avoid consecutive numbers for similar small specimens. So, you have here number one, to identify tissues as extraneous tissue. If found on the slide, checking the block to see if the extra fragment is present in the block or not. Number two, checking other cases processed the same day to determine whether the tissue in the fragment resembles another case. Number three, checking for ink on suspected extraneous tissue and comparing the results to the tissue from the correct case. Number four, submitting additional tissue from the specimen. Sometimes the identification is so expensive and it needs special techniques to correctly match a specimen with a patient. And as we mentioned, it's costly and time consuming. So how can we identify or match this extraneous tissue with the correct patient? Number one, we have the immunoperoxidase studies for ABH blood group antigens. This requires a relatively large piece of tissue in order to have enough blood vessels. Most useful method for patients with different blood types. Common fixatives do not change antigenicity. Decalcification can diminish immunoreactivity to H antigen. You can use HLA typing using PCR, can be used to identify very small tissue fragments, micro dissected from glass slides. Another method is polymorphic microsatellite markers, can be analyzed using PCR and can be used to provide a definite match or mismatch between a patient and a specimen. If the pathologist suspects that he has extraneous tissue, how he can report it? Number one, just circulate the extraneous tissue and write floaters. Number two, Make deeper levels that does not include extraneous tissue and discard the initial slide. If the extraneous tissue is in the paraffin block, the tissue may be removed from the block and new slides prepared. The initial slides are discarded. Number 4, keeping a separate logbook or computerized record of slides with extraneous tissue. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe and like to receive more videos.